Hey guys, I'm Megan.
And I'm Stephanie. And we are
Barnbesties
with
farm fresh advice
for you. So we are here to impart the knowledge that we have learned over the years of building and running barns so that you guys don't have to have the problems and the misery and the mistakes that we made. Hope you enjoy our videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, right?
Right, and we hope to save you time and money on your new adventures.
Absolutely.
Hi guys, I'm Megan.
I'm Stephanie.
And we are Barnbesties
with
Farm Fresh Advice.
Here today
At
check it out.
Stephanie's.
Yep, we're going to look at the drag I use in my outdoor arena and talk a little bit about it. And then we'll talk about Megan's drag. She's got two.
I got three.
You got three. She technically does have three. So we're going to talk about my drag first.
Different types.
Which is right here.
I like it.
All it is an old field harrow. I got it from somebody who got it at an auction. I think it's somewhat worn out. But if you can see here, there's a couple little hooks.
Let's lift it up so they can see the bottom of it just real quick. And then you guys can see these little
tines that are full of leaves and dirt. But yeah, you can see they're kind of worn out. I mean, they don't stick out nearly as much as they used to, but they're angled back. So depending on how you decide to drag, you can either hook the chain through this and drag this direction, or you can, of course, hook it the other way.
Like a long chain, you go from either side.
Yes. Would you like to see the chain?
Yeah, we want to see the chain.
This is the chain.
Oh, I like the chain. I have chain envy. My chains walk
This is one of them. We have a couple chains. We have a couple chains, but this is just one of them.
And it just attaches to. So you mainly did it from this end.
I do it either direction.
Yeah,
I've done it the other direction because. So if you're doing it from this direction going this way, the tines are pointing backwards. So like after a rain, I'll do it the other way to kind of dig in.
Yep, I like it.
Kind of loosen it up. But honestly, it's older. It's a little worn out, but it works great. I don't really have footing per se in mine. I just have
the screening.
We ride on the base, which is the limestone screening.
So you don't want to dig it up. So it makes more sense.
Well, you want to dig a little bit up because the horses will dig it up a little bit, but not bad. Yeah, I'm not looking to dig it up inches and inches. I'm looking to stir up maybe at most an inch on the top.
And what do you pull with it?
I can use my UTV.
Yeah.
That is a little hard on it, but I've certainly done it. I honestly try to just use the tractor.
Oh,
because it's so easy with the tractor.
Yeah, the little green tractor.
The little green tractor. Yep.
I love it. Now, is the base? So I always like my drags a little bit wider than the equipment I'm dragging with.
This is slightly wider.
Yeah, because it shows the tire track.
So the best part is, which is fine.
I'm showing my OCD.
I know, which I don't, for the outdoor, it's not a big deal. But if you have a really long chain, and
it goes a little wider.
You drive a little fast, it will swing out
and get it.
So you have to be very careful. You're not getting a little fast with your dragging, and it encourages you to make sure you're changing direction because it will start to get skewed. Depends on the site, the type and length of chain. Yeah, it would be ideal. So oftentimes in the field, the farmer actually have 3 of these across or 4 of these across, and there's more accessories to them. They have a big bar that they hook into. I obviously don't have that. I don't need that. I'm not doing.
This is perfect. I have drag envy. I love this drag. It's simple.
Yep.
And then, what was my other question I had? How do you drag? Like, do you do circles then, or do you do like cornrows?
I do both.
Okay.
I do circles. I do serpentines. I do cornrows. I'm always changing it up, just trying to work up a little bit the base. I try to end with the cornrows. Yeah. But not always.
So it's pretty. Yeah.
Sometimes I like to end with serpentines to make really fun geometrical designs.
Do you do
just make it pretty?
The diagonals where it's I have always wanted to do that, but
I thought about that. Yeah, big X across through the diagonals. Yeah. KXM.
We just do the circles and the cornrows.
It's sometimes fun to do shifting like serpentines, but that's just geometrical fun.
Getting fancy.
Yeah, well, you know, you do have to kind of change up how you drag, because if you keep dragging the same way over and over again, you're going to get ridges and ruffles and all that, you know. So yeah, that's my drag. Like I said, it's pretty simple. You know, a farm auction, you can find these online. Just get a nice tractor chain with some hooks. Easy peasy.
I love it.
I like easy, Megan.
I love easy too. And efficient.
Okay, so the one negative I would say on this is it's not that heavy.
Oh, okay.
So when I am really wanting to kind of get in and dig up something, it needs more weight on it.
Yep.
And I got creative one year. We used to have a spare tire for the skid loader that was on a rim that was pretty heavy.
And
I'd stay right on it in the middle there just to add a little weight. So
and it stayed on. It didn't come off.
Yeah, it didn't come off.
You weren't wild driving, and it didn't
no,
go
no. I mean,
I could see you.
It took me a while to figure things out. One time I tried my mounting block wasn't heavy enough to do anything.
Yeah.
Didn't really do anything.
Okay.
So I needed some weight. So the one thing I would say, and that is simply for the type of arena I have.
Yeah.
I have the screenings. I don't have sand. I don't know that you would need that for sand, but I was really trying to loosen up the screenings. Yeah. So yeah, that became my new favorite thing. So, you know, this may or may not work depending on the type of footing you have.
Yep.
But I think we've had that discussion, and maybe we need to have that discussion again as we look at yours. You know, you show at places that have the fancy fiber type fibers. We've seen
and hopefully when I go this winter, I'll take video of that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I'll do that, because I don't know of any places around us that have it. But
bugs.
Yeah. So next year we'll be on it.
Yeah.
When I visit
it's
a
always changing, right? Technology is changing. So I have seen obviously the ground up rubber and tires, like the little itty bitty pieces of rubber.
For my rubber, one of my drags is a harrow, a field harrow, and that was perfect for my rubber footing and sand.
And we've heard of ground up sneakers.
Yep. And I think those have like a special kind of
roller.
Roller, and it goes along, and then it also sprays.
And some people will mix sand with, I don't know if it's ground up wood pallets or ground up bark.
Oh, yeah.
Like wood type.
What do you drag with the wood chips?
I think you need like longer tines to really get that to go.
I've never had the
so
wood
that
chips.
We've seen that for footing. Obviously, we've talked about pure sand for footing. Hopefully, like you said, you'll see the fiber type footing. There's a lot of options out there. Obviously, I don't really have footing. Some people just use that as footing, and I do.
Oh, I think it's a great arena.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that is it's never an issue for the rain. It can be pouring down rain, and there's no puddles. It drains. It's never slippery. That's the part I like. I do not ever recommend clay. Under your arena.
No.
Some people do, because it's naturally what they have down there. If you have to deal with clay, if you're digging out your topsoil and you hit clay, you're going to have to put in a sub base, a significantly deep sub base for drainage, because clay doesn't drain, and then a base, and then your footing. So,
and that was my old indoor. We didn't know. So we they just leveled it. It was a clay base, and then we put like shavings on top, right? This was back, I think, 1992.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So long time ago, and it was very slippery. We changed it within a few months. So we had to strip out all the shavings. Then we put the screenings on, we compacted it, and then we put the shavings on again. But that was super dusty. I never recommend that.
Yeah, it's got the wood chunks in it, does definitely, because that breaks down. But, you know, we've talked about this a little bit. Footing breaks down and has to be replaced. For your indoor arena,
the rubber never broke down.
No, rubber doesn't.
I would recommend the rubber.
Does rubber get slippery?
I think if you water it.
What's your ratio?
We did not water it.
Okay.
So
you did it with sand?
We did it with sand. I think it was an inch of sand and an inch of rubber, if I remember correctly.
That was like a 50-50.
And we did try watering it. I do not recommend that. That's when I found, we called it calcium chloride, the mag flakes. either one, and that worked really well. And they say the rubber keeps the dust down. I would disagree. I think it's still dusty if you put sand in.
Yeah, sand is going to be dusty. Yeah. But like you said, we now have the technology of the magnesium flakes or the calcium chloride, whatever. Same concept, pulls the moisture out of the air, holds the moisture. Yeah, I mean, we will talk about footing for years.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
We'll keep talking about it. We'll keep looking for examples. And honestly, the technologies are changing so much. Like the fiber footing, that hasn't been out that long, maybe a decade.
So you don't know the repercussions on the horses. You don't know how long it's going to last.
Yeah.
Also, you need separate equipment for it. So I've kind of shied away from that just because I don't want special of anything. I want easy and efficient. And
you need specialized drags. I remember when here in Greater Midwest, one of the show events was, I was at a horse show. I was scribing for a judge, so I was there for a couple of days. And some of the unused arenas, they were putting in the bales of the fiber, and they actually used it was a tractor and a manure spreader. And it was really neat to watch it flying around and everything.
Oh, I love it when it comes in the bale. Oh, and it looks like snow. It looked like snow.
It looked amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was mixed in. I don't remember. I think they mixed it maybe with sand. But kind of fun to see. So hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to lots of different people about lots of different footing, their pros, their cons on their farms, what they've had. Yeah,
we would love to talk to people and go out to other people's farms. So give us a call or
just drop us an email. Drop us an email on our channel email address, and we'd love to coordinate. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And if you'd let us, we'd like to talk about all kinds of things on your farm.
Yes, give us a call.
Fencing, stalls, grooming areas, you name it. We want to talk about it, right?
The pros and the cons. What's great, what works, what doesn't. So,
absolutely. So,
thank you, Steph.
Yeah, you're really welcome.
Really appreciate coming over.
It's low tech.
I love it. I have drag envy. I love your drag.
Yeah. So, I like easy peasy. All right. Thanks, everybody. Please double check you're subscribed. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Hit the thumbs up. We'd really appreciate that as well. Leave us any comments, questions you have down below. We will attempt to address them in future videos. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.